It's your girl Merce, the Big Body Benz. Run tell them, the Big Body High Priestess, somebody come see this. I popped in to see what's good with you for early September, Sag. As you come in, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, share this video with someone that you love. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, send me a love donation. Follow me on any other platform or subscribe to my Patreon. Now is the perfect time to do so, as it's the beginning of the month. That's when they charge. So you'll be getting more bang for your buck. Plus, there's a lot of dope, timeless content up there. And I'm going to start adding new content for this month up there. Yeah, let's just get into prayer. Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angel, spirit guide, spirit animal, source, God, universe, please allow me to tap in with my Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, and north node to see what messages you have for them at this time. Please protect the space from any negative energies and only allow energies of love and light to enter. I say thank you, spirit. Before I get into anything, I really want to talk about it. There's something about someone's hair being relevant. Someone's hair being relevant. Okay, one way or the other, whether someone's hair is really long and wild or really short. Heavy on someone balding, needing to go ahead and hang it up already. Go ahead and shave it. Someone's hanging on to their hairline, their hairline, with all their might, but it's gone. Go ahead, bro. Give it up. Shave your head. Start getting comfortable. Rock, embrace the baldy, that energy. For others of you, it's time to comb your hair. Heavy on the not combing your hair, being out in public, being a little wild. And it's cool. There being a difference between being wild and being natural, right? Your hair could be natural all you want, but there's something about it not being presentable, or literally someone is ready to go the natural route. Someone wants to have free-form locks, or someone is ready to start their lock journey. Someone needs to take their braids out, take their locks out. Someone needs to cut their locks off, start again, or you'll only be free, or your hair will be really short for a few months before you'll begin again. For some of you, the last time you were on your lock journey wasn't a lock journey. You told yourself you had dreads. You told everybody that you had dreads. And for some of you, still correcting yourself, rewiring or reprogramming your brain, or you've always looked at people with locks and identified them as dreads. Have you on the not being a dreadhead, not having dreadful thoughts, right? Having a connection with your hair, being different, or starting a spiritual lock journey with your hair being totally different. 2, 3, 4 on the clock, it being different this time, or your experience, or it's time, right? Or you're dealing with someone this way. Having on the Empress, the mother. For some of you, the Empress's hair being relevant. Someone's not tending to the Empress's hair, or the Empress's mind is not what it used to be. The mother's mind is not what it used to be. She may need time to rest. It's time to rest. Give it a rest. Some of you, when she leaves, when she passes, when she leaves, when you're done taking care of her, there's a masculine energy that would make it seem as if he is a lot more sad than he actually is to lose her, or a lot more sad about her stepping back, her relinquishing her position in some way than he actually is. Him wanting that, or him feeling as if balance is restored, him feeling as if. Got your gun?
Huh?
Got your gun?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Let me hit that blunt.
Oh. Have you getting the strap, protecting yourself, this being out here? Some of you, there's an Aquarius that's irrelevant around here somewhere, but also I really feel like security, protecting yourself, root chakra being a big thing. Some of you, you'll be taking self-defense courses, having this something about security and self-defense courses being a real big thing out here. I also really feel like there's something too about not realizing that you're free. You're free to do what you want, worrying, being fearful somehow, old habits coming back up, being fearful of being found out about certain things, or someone feeling a certain type of way, or having a certain new freedom that you can make the decision. You can come and go when you want. You can wake up late if you want. You can, you know what I'm saying, choose not to show up if you want. You can cancel a job or quit some shit if you want. Yeah, lots of crime going on in my area. It's been crazy as hell. Get the strap. But I said what I said, right? Not there being a lot of freedom that you ask for, that you say that you want. 4 on the clock, 2 in the room, 2 likes. Said what I said that you asked for. You know what I'm saying? Look. I ain't never fucking lied. 2 and 4. Okay. you know, that you say that you want and don't really know how to receive it, don't know what to do with yourself when you have it, or don't feel, 5:05 on the clock, feel safe or feel secure, feel stable with the change, so working on that, being gentle with yourself, working on that. But also when you feel yourself clam up, or when you feel yourself feeling uncomfortable with a certain level of freedom, or literally not knowing how to create structure within the freedom that you have for yourself, because you can have freedom and still have to create structure for yourself, still having to be responsible, hold yourself accountable in a certain way, right? And it may feel a little different at first, when, versus having to be on someone else's time, someone else's schedule. I also feel like someone has dropped their spiritual protection somehow, picking it back up, heavy on the all-seeing eye, right? And then it turned around and I dropped my bracelet. I don't even know why I took it off, and then I dropped it, heavy on the blue stones, even karma, fate, allowing fate to play out as it's supposed to, allowing karma to play out as it's supposed to. A Libra could be relevant here somewhere. A lot of downloads coming in. For a lot of you, it's important for you to be writing at this time. A lot of downloads coming in really fast. If you don't write them down, they will go. They'll come and they'll go. Heavy on the being the master wordsmith. A lot of studying for you, Sag. A lot of learning. A lot of expanding your mind. For those of you, there really is something about, for some of you, really struggling or feeling like it's hard for you to focus. Feeling like it's hard for you to focus lately. You are the teacher, you being into learning, you being into teaching, and yet it being hard for you to learn the way that you used to be. Some heavy on the working in the educational system, it's your energy, right? But some of you really, mm, it being hard for you to focus or learn new things, retain information the way that you want. I feel like you have too much on your plate, too much on your mind, really being in survival mode, things being out of balance in a real way. There being way too much anxiety about a lot of things. I also really feel like there is a masculine energy out here, and I just have to say it. I feel like there's a masculine energy out here who is losing a feminine energy, who has hurt his feminine energy, or he's losing her. She's on the way out. They're breaking up. She may be passing even. I said what I said. My condolences in advance for those of you or those who know you're struggling with this. I don't feel like this is a surprise at all. Someone knows if someone's sick and doesn't have much time left, but there's something about, or literally they're going to be divorcing soon, they're going to be breaking up soon, and he knows it. She's sick of his shit, she's tired of hurting, and I just feel like, he knows more than than leads on. Heavy on the Aquarian energy being out here, Aquarius, Sag energy being out here, Aries energy being out here. I feel like he knows more than he leads on, and he knows how much he's done, or how much he was done intentionally, how big of a part he played in this. He's not as sad as he makes himself out to be. He's not as hurt by it as he makes himself out to be, or he would do more. He would show up in a way that he hasn't. He literally, you know. I feel like, forging through, knowing something is a big red flag is a problem. I feel like being like a bull in a china shop, heavy on the dealing with a Taurus for some of you, being like a bull in a china shop, really pushing forward, really being gung-ho to do some shit, gung-ho to win by any means necessary, knowing that you are the red flag, your behavior raises red flags, what you're doing raises eyebrows, raises awareness, so you got to check yourself, or you keep, I feel like for some of you, this is where the connection with someone. Some of you have one foot out of a connection with one person. You're not even done there, and you got one foot into a connection with someone else. You're going about this all wrong. This is going to crash and burn, and you moving too fucking fast. Slow down. There's no time for you to rush, or there's no reason for you to rush. But also really acknowledging a red flag, or really seeing that your ways are problematic, and thinking that you're going to win anyway. You're going to have what you want anyway. You're going to get the results that you want anyway, and you won't. Slow down. Slow down, get to know yourself, get to know this version of yourself, get to know more about what it is that you want to do. For some of you, again, Lovers card out here, the Emperor out here, Strength card. I also really feel like someone, wanting to lead, or wanting to be followed. Masculine energy, the Emperor, feeling like he's strong enough to step into the leader position. The feminine energy wanting to step back, but he's not. He's not considering everyone else. He's not considering those that he loves. He's not considering those that he has to be in harmony with. He's not considering the family, the collective. He's not considering his partner, you know. Yeah, and I feel like these two people being in two different spaces, or someone wants what they want from you. I also really feel like genuinely needing to recognize that where you are or staying in the city does not work. Someone staying in the city, staying in a certain state does not work. It's time for them to leave. It's time for them to move on from heavy on the leaving New York. I keep hearing New York, leaving New York, leaving the city, leaving the state. Relocating elsewhere to improve your quality of life. Someone is afraid that they will not thrive elsewhere, but they're not thriving now where they're at. They're under the illusion that they are. They're not happy. They're not doing as best as they can be. You may have had some success. I feel like needing to really measure your success, look at what's going on with you, look at what you've been able to accomplish, up until now, because you're constantly in search of something, while going nowhere, or being on a hamster wheel at this point, because you've reached a limit. You've reached the ceiling. You've done all you needed to do in a certain space, in a certain area. You've taken over your backyard. Some of you have taken. I say that shit, and my Sag rising husband is outside in the backyard right now, cleaning up the backyard because it's a fucking mess. Heavy on the tackling your backyard, cleaning up the backyard, but I mean like your hometown, where you're from, or people know your name. Everybody knows where you're from, everybody knows you where you're from. It's time to go elsewhere. It's time to explore. It's time to see, it's heavy on the timing. It's time to travel. Time to believe in yourself. 1111. Some of you say you want certain things that you're not a vibrational match for. If that blessing came and smacked you upside the head right now, you wouldn't be ready for it. For others of you, you went prematurely without even thinking, went on a journey, and you traveled somewhere, and you don't even know what you're meant to go do there. You just know you were called, intuitively pulled in a direction. Now you're on your own. Now you need to see, just how strong you are, just how capable you are. Now you need to be disciplined and consistent, continue to show up. I feel like needing to create some structure within the freedom that you have created for yourself in your life. Um, a lot of not feeling good enough, a lot of overthinking certain things. Choose peace, choose the path of least resistance, a lot of reprogramming yourself, a lot of needing to take time to heal, needing time to rest, not sleeping enough, tending to your plants being a big one, being in an area or an environment to really tend to plants, grow your own food, become more sustainable, more self-sustaining. Is that how you say it? More self-sustaining. Yeah. I feel like I genuinely feel like seeing where you've been stubborn, or where you've been holding yourself back. Heavy on the shout out to my master wordsmiths, picking up your pen, writing poetry, writing a book, writing a song, writing an album, creative blocks being removed, writer's block being removed. It's now time for you to express yourself, create from the very beginning. I also really feel like some of you have not been creating your best work up until now. Some of you are in communication with a Leo, or a Leo genuinely supports you, or you have Leo in your chart, genuinely supports this creative energy, this passion, that this newfound passion that you have. Some of you could be in entertainment. You could be a performer. Yeah, some of you haven't been showing up, making your best work. Some of you have been trying to oversell something. You've been trying too hard. I feel like less is more. It being something being super simple when it's all said and done. Super simple, or really repetitive, or really catchy. You can. I guess this is for my lyricists even, but I just feel like something being simple. But for my writers, period. Even as a writer, even when writing a book, I don't care how complex the subject. Simple sentences, simple short sentences. Not writing more on a grade higher than fucking fifth grade, or sixth grade. No bullshit. And this doesn't mean that your work is not good, or it makes it easier to read. It makes people want to read it, or more easily engaged. If making you a better writer. For those of you who want to write a book, right? I'm going to say to you, I'm going to give to you what was given to me. The first time I just decided randomly that I wanted to write a book, had no idea what to do, or where I would start, or what was required, or how long it had to be. And someone who hadn't even written a book just said to me, 50,000 words. Just focus on 50,000 words. Get 50,000 words out. And you know what? I'm close to 50,000 words, and I'm only halfway done with the book, right? So I'm going to say 80. I'll say 80 to you. 80,000 words. 80,000 words. You know, um, to tell your story. or see where you're at after 80,000 words, right? This story may grow. A book may grow. A song may grow. A song may grow into an album. An album may turn into a book. A book may turn into a show or a movie. No bullshit. Heavy on the create in a real way. Some of you are really in your head over and over again about what it is that you want to um, do or learn, right? A lot of throat chakra issues, a lot of throat chakra shit going on with you. I really recommend you working with the color blue, so that you can communicate, so that you can write, so that you can speak your truth. For some of you, you haven't been creating your best work because you haven't been talking about what's really going on with you. You've been talking about what you think people want to hear, or you've been listening to your lower self, but you haven't really been, or lashing out. So you've been using your work to lash out in a real way. Your lack of work, your lack of consistency with work, or showing up, or giving someone support or money, is a way to rebel against them, only hurting yourself. But I just keep hearing, you gotta think big, bitch. Think big. You think it's small. Think bigger, bitch. I keep hearing that shit. Well, you're thinking too small. Being really small-minded. There being a shift to really work on and focus on. Later on in the month, foundations and achievements. There's going to maybe some talk about a house. Buying a house. Relocating even. Moving to a state where you can afford it. For what I'm paying up here, man. I could have so much more. I could have a whole house. But I'm paying for this fucking one-bedroom apartment up here. What I'm paying for this studio up here. I could have a whole house elsewhere, or literally having a house to see what you can do, or how you could take take some money out, equity out. I don't know how to say it. I'm not a homeowner, right? How can I take some money out to make an investment elsewhere, purchase another house elsewhere? Someone wants to get into real estate, flipping houses. You need to do your homework, need to learn a little more. Some of you have to combine two households to make another, or everybody has to move down together and then we split, or this is what happens, or literally it's the problem is because of egos. Everybody's ego gets in the fucking way. Otherwise, everybody could live together, work together, even if they had their separate lives and separate relationships or whatever, but they could stack money together. The family doesn't want to come together this way, ego. Someone goes back home to their home country, or needs to go back home to their country. Someone needs to move out of the country. Have you gonna go into to DR, to Panama, to Africa, to Jamaica? That energy out here, Puerto Rico. So what I said. So, but I feel like also getting order in the house, solid routine, or everybody on the same page, everybody being secure, everybody knowing their position, their role, everybody being in order. The men are going to be men, the women are going to be women, the children are going to be children. And so order is going to be restored. I feel like working on this. The Empress. I feel like heavy on the Empress, getting to be the Empress getting to rest, getting to get back on her throne, being treated the way that she's supposed to be treated, or you give yourself this, you get yourself back on your throne by removing certain things or certain people, connections, beliefs, habits that don't serve you up out of your life. I feel like really affirming your stability, your financial freedom, your financial security. I feel like learning more, acquiring more knowledge about your home, being a homeowner, financial stability, getting into real estate even. Someone that's heavy on the taking a real estate course that ends up really benefiting for you, Sag. Tower card out here, because someone should not go into this prematurely, or someone is paying way too much money where they're living, or literally there's some sort of infestation for some of you. I ain't gonna say that. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. I love you. It's your girl, Mercer Big Body Benz. Run tell down the Big Body High Priestess. Somebody come see this. Peace.